40.
Dylan! You son of a bitch!
Ra and the Journey of the Eternal Sun.
Oh my god.
Part 1.
Made this whole wave all.
The Birth of Light.
Nowhere to hide.
In the time before time, when the world was a swirling sea of chaos called Nu, nothing existed. No land, no sky, no life. But from the heart of this darkness rose Ra, the Radiant One. His eyes opened and light poured forth. With his first breath, he spoke the sacred word, and from his words sprang creation. Ra summoned the Ben stone, a sacred mound rising from the waters, and stood upon it. From his essence came Shu, the god of air, and Tefnut, goddess of moisture. They gave birth to Geb, god of earth, and Nut, goddess of sky. And from them came all living beings. Ra placed the sun upon his brow, a blazing disk called the Aten, and with it he lit the heavens. Thus began the first day and the cycle of the sun. The eternal journey was born. Part 2. The Day of Men. In the golden age of Ra, he ruled not only the heavens, but also the earth. He walked among men as a wise and powerful king. The people revered him, and the world knew peace and prosperity. But as centuries passed, humans grew arrogant. They forgot the gifts Ra had given them: harvests, waters, fire, speech. They spoke his name with reverence, and some plotted to overthrow the God King. Ra, saddened by their rebellion, called a council of the gods. He summoned Nun, the primordial waters, and spoke of his weariness. "My heart is heavy. Should I destroy them?" Ra asked. The gods debated, but Sekhmet, the lioness of wrath, declared, "Let me go among them, and they shall remember fear." Ra agreed. Sekhmet descended to earth and unleashed fury. Blood flowed like the Nile in flood season. Terrified, Ra had a change of heart and sought to calm her. He poured red-dyed beer across the land, tricking Sekhmet into drinking it. She slept, and the slaughter ceased. Ra withdrew from the earth, ascending into the sky on the solar bark, his divine ship, to rule from afar. Part 3. The Journey Through the Sky. Every day, Ra sailed across the heavens in his golden boat, bringing light to the world. Mortals praised his rise each morning and prayed at his setting. But his journey did not end at dusk. Each evening, Ra passed through the Duat, the underworld, a vast, perilous realm of darkness. His ship transformed into the Mesektet, the night boat, carrying him on a nightly voyage through shadow and flame. The Duat was ruled by mysteries, rivers of fire, inverted mountains, and strange beasts. Here, Ra faced his greatest enemy, Apep, the Serpent of Chaos. Part 4. The Battle in the Duat. One night, as Ra entered the 4th hour of the Duat, the air thickened, shadows coiled, and silence fell like a tomb. Apep rose from the depths, a serpent so vast his body encircled the world. With a hiss that split stone, Apep struck at the solar bark. But Ra was not alone. With him stood gods and guardians. Set, the storm god, Ma'at, goddess of truth, and Khepri, the scarab who pushed the morning sun. A thunderous battle ensued. Set fought the serpent with a spear forged from lightning, holding Apep at bay. Ma'at sang hymns of order to weaken the beast. Ra called forth the power of the Aten, unleashing searing light. Finally, Apep was cast back into the abyss, his form melting into shadow. The bark continued. Ra emerged on the eastern horizon, reborn as Khepri, rolling the sun anew across the sky. Part 5. The Legacy of the Sun. From that day on, Ra's journey became the heartbeat of the world, the eternal rhythm of sunrise and sunset, life and death, order and chaos. He watches over Egypt from above, his eye, sometimes a blazing sun, sometimes a vengeful goddess, ever vigilant. Temples rose in his honor at Heliopolis. Priests sang his name at dawn. Pharaohs claimed descent from him, taking his divine authority. Though many gods would rise, Osiris, Isis, Horus, Ra remained the source, the flame behind all creation. And so, every morning when light breaks the horizon, it is Ra, old yet newborn, who returns, victorious from the night, bearing warmth, hope, and the reminder that even in the darkest hour, the sun shall rise again. Part 6. The Aging of a God. Time passed not only for mortals, but even for gods. Ra, once vibrant with the fire of creation, began to feel the wear of countless eons. His bones creaked like old trees in the wind. His light dimmed slightly, and whispers ran through the heavens. Can even Ra wither? Mortals still prayed, but their faith sometimes turned to new gods. Osiris, the gentle ruler of the underworld. Thoth, the wise scribe of balance. And Horus, the Falcon Prince.
2 to 4?
The other gods began to murmur. If Ra's power faded, would chaos return? Yet Ra held a secret, one that no god or mortal knew. His true name. A word of power hidden deep within him, spoken only once at the dawn of time. So long as that name remained unknown, Ra could not be overthrown. But secrets, like the sun, cannot remain hidden forever. Part 7. The Rise of Isis. Among the gods was Isis, goddess of magic, mother of Horus, and wife of Osiris. Wise and ambitious, Isis saw the world changing. The age of Ra was ending. A new balance must rise. She approached Thoth and asked, "What is the key to Ra's power?" He whispered, "His true name. It is hidden in his blood, protected by spells older than the stars." Isis, determined, devised a plan. She gathered earth and Ra's saliva, dropped one day when he walked among men, and fashioned a sacred serpent from clay. With incantations, she brought it to life and laid it in his path. As Ra walked, weary and unaware, the serpent bit him. Pain surged through his divine veins, and he fell to the ground, his body trembling with fever. None of the gods could heal him. Only Isis stepped forward and said, "If you would be cured, give me your true name." Ra resisted. "My names are many. Khepri in the morning, Ra at noon, Autumn at dusk. I'd need no healing from trickery." But the venom burned through his spirit. He knew the only way to survive was to surrender the word of his essence. At last, with a sigh as old as the sky, he whispered his secret name into Isis's ear. Part 8. A Transfer of Power. Isis did not abuse the power. She did not strike Ra down or cast him into shadow. Instead, she used the knowledge to weave a new cosmic order, one in which Ra would ascend higher into the heavens, and Osiris would rule the land of the dead. Horus would eventually reign on earth, binding heaven and earth in harmony. Ra retreated farther from the world, riding higher in the sky, becoming a distant but constant presence. The world did not end. It evolved. Part 9. Ra's descent into the deep Duat. Though he no longer ruled the earth directly, Ra continued his nightly journey through the Duat. Each descent now brought him to deeper and stranger places. Beyond Apep, beyond flame and shadow, Ra encountered a mirror of himself, an old man in tattered robes, whose eyes held galaxies. This was not a foe, but a part of Ra's soul, a version of himself from the future, long after even memory faded. The reflection spoke. "You are the light, yes, but even light needs darkness to be seen. One day you must embrace the night." In the 12th hour of the Duat, Ra reached the chamber of the infinite lotus, the flower from which he first emerged. Time folded upon itself, and he witnessed his own birth again. This moment renewed him. He returned to the world as Autumn, the complete God, the sum of all his forms: child, king, elder, and shadow. Part 10. The Final Gift. Ra looked upon the world one last time as a being of all knowledge. Mortals toiled in the fields, worshipped their gods, and wrote their stories. He gathered the gods, Horus, Isis, Thoth, Ma'at, Anubis, and gave each a portion of his essence. To Horus, he gave the fire of kingship. To Thoth, the light of wisdom. To Ma'at, the balance of the cosmos. To Anubis, the guidance through darkness. And to Isis, the power to shape destiny. Then, as dawn broke, Ra ascended beyond the known sky, becoming the hidden sun, ever burning but no longer seen as he once was.
Damn.
Epilogue.
That is freaking mad.
The light that never dies. Even now, Ra's legacy endures. Each sunrise is his promise kept. Each trial overcome in darkness is his wisdom passed on. And when the world trembles and the stars flicker, the priest will whisper his secret names, hoping that the first light, the light that formed all, will shine again. Because Ra is not just the sun, he is memory, he is rebirth, he is the eternal life in every soul that dares to rise after the fall. They got her. Ah, damn!
Your middle tower is under attack.
Woo!
Enemies in the right lane. Careful. Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has been destroyed. Attack. An enemy has been slain. Destroyed a middle enemy tower. On my way.
My domain.
The heat bears down upon you.
Nowhere to go.
An ally has been slain.
Goddamn, I've heard that. Holy hell. Jesus. Any more cooldowns? Give me this. No. Are you serious?
An ally has been slain. Your Titan is under attack.
Are you serious, dude? I die once and the game ends? Wow. And that was the game.